introduce ourselves. My name is Evan Shakir. You can call me Evan. Episode number 169.
Hello, my name is Janetta with study number 194.
Hello everyone, my name is and my student number is 158.
And I am Revalina and my study number is 200.
So we're gonna present you about our TPCASTT analysis with the poem
The Long Hill by Sara Teasdale. Without any further ado, let's get started.
The Long Hill by Sara Teasdale. I must have passed the crest a while ago and I'm going down. Strained to have crossed the crest and not to know. But the brambles were always catching the hem of my gown. All the morning I thought how proud it would be to stand there straight as a queen. Wrapped in the wind and the sun, with the world under me. But the air was still. There was a little I could have seen. It was nearly level along the beaten track in the breathless cloud of my gown. But it's no use how to think of turning back. The rest of the way will be only going down.
So we started with T. T is title, and the title is The Long Hill. The Long Hill suggests a metaphorical journey implying a prolonged, challenging ascent in life. The denotation refers to a literal hill, while the connotation includes life struggle, gradual progression, and the inevitability of descent after reaching a peak.
And we're moving on to paraphrasing the poem The Long Hill by Sara Teasdale. I must have reached the top some time ago, and now I'm heading down. It's odd to have crossed the peak without knowing, but the thorns were always snagging my dress. All the morning I imagined how grand it will be to stand tall like a queen, embraced by the wind and the sun, with the world below me. But the air was dull, and there wasn't much to see. The path was almost flat along the worn trail, and the thorns cut my dress, but there's no point in thinking of turning back now. The rest of the journey will only be downhill. So that is paraphrasing The Long Hill by Sara Teasdale. And the next one is connotation. There are rhythm and rhyme. So this poem, The Long Hill, use rhyme AB, AB. It's just a simple rhyme as the usual poem. And we have rhythm here. As you can see here, The Long Hill use the rhythm mostly is iambic. Start from the iambic trimeter, dimeter, and then pentameter, tetrameter, until the iambic hexameter. So this the author of the Long Hill poem used the rhythm as usually like the usual poem iambic, but there's also but the author also uses like the trochaic rhythm. And yep, I guess that's all from rhythm and rhyme. So you can see we have already analyzed those rhythm and rhyme in the slide.
So in connotation, we have diction that have subtopic, and the first one is simplicity and accessibility. So the first one, in line I must have passed the crest a while ago, that requires a simple sentences that conveys an important point in life without elaborating warning. And the second one is repetitive words. In line 4 and 9, which is the brambles were always catching the hem of my gown. And the last one is contrast in diction. So contrast in diction have two lines. The first one is the stand there straight as a queen. That suggests dignity and pride. And the next one is the air was dull. So it contrasts about sharply with a lackluster reality.
And the next is symbolism. And the symbolism we got the hill. The hill symbolize life's journey with its ups and downs. And then we have crest in I must have passed the crest a while ago. Crest represent a pivotal moment that the speakers didn't fully recognize at the time. And then we have brambles. In the brambles were always catching in the hem of any gown. The brambles represent a pivotal moment that the speakers didn't fully recognize at the time. And then we have gown in the line same with brambles. The gown represents the speaker's journey through life. And then we have wind and the sun in the line wrapped in the wind and the sun. Wind and the sun represent the speaker's expectation of the grand. And then we have beaten track. It was nearly level along the beaten track. Beaten track represents the mundane or ordinary stretch of the speaker's journey, perhaps after reaching life's peak.
And for point of view is from first person. Figurative language. Metaphor. I must have passed the crest a while ago. Stanza 1, line 1. Metaphor for a significant point in life. 2. Simile. To stand there straight as a queen. Stanza 2, line 2. 3. Personification. The brambles were always catching the hem of my gown. Stanza 1, line 4. The brambles are personified as catching the speaker gown. 4. Alliteration. But the brambles were always catching the hem of my gown. Stanza 1, line 4. The repetition of the P sound in bat and brambles. 5. Repetition. The brambles blah 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 blah. Stanza 1, line 4 and stanza 3, line 2.
Okay, so in this poem, we already analyzed the imagery in specific in visual, and we have already some specific lines and paraphrase where the visual elements are present. So the first one is in the line, I must have passed the crest a while ago. So in this phrases create like an image of hill peaks on the highest point and gives the readers a clear picture, clarify about the speaker's journey over the crest. And the next one is the line which the brambles were always catching the hem of my gown. So the image of brambles catching the speaker's gown evokes a picture of thorny plants or buzzes entangling a flowing dress. So it can be illustrating a moment about the struggle of the author. So, and the next one is to stand there straight as a queen. So in this line, the phrases paints a vivid picture of the speaker imagining herself standing tall and proud, like loyalty, powerful, and commanding position. At the next one, we have the line which is the wrapped in the wind and sun with word under me. So in this line, creates like a panoramic image of the speaker in the standing height on the hill. So with the world like spread out in a beaded and wrapped natural element like the wind and the sunlight. So in the last line, we have this line. It was nearly level along the beaten track. So the visual of this, the phrases a beaten track provides a clear image or clear clarify about worn, perhaps dirt path, or emphasizing the journey along a familiar route.
Antithesis, contrast between expectation and reality, line 5 until 6. Apostrophe not present, sound devices, alliteration and consonants create rhythm. Brambles, grass. Irony, the expected grandeur of reaching the grass is undercut by dullness. Oxymoron, not present. Paradox, crossing the grass without realizing. Line 3, sarcasm, unnoticed moment in life. Sarcasm, not present. Understatement, downplaying the significance of reaching the grass. Line 1.
So we are already in analysis of A, attitude. So the first question is what the speaker's attitude. The speaker's attitude in this poem, The Long Hill, is one of determination and introspection, while acknowledging the difficulty of the journey. And also there is a sense of hope or prey with relations.
And we're moving on to point A, attitude. Number 2, how does the speaker feel about herself or himself, about others, and about the subject? First, we're moving on to about herself. The speaker here seems to experience a sense of introspection and mild regret. She reflects on how the journey it is and realizing that she has passed the peak without noticing. So, the speaker here appears to be thoughtful and slightly regretful, and she's looking back on her life, realizing that she has already passed the most significant or successful part of her journey without even noticing it. And after that, we're moving on to about others. Actually about others. The poem doesn't explicitly mention about other people, but the speaker hears the speaker's solitary journey implies to sense of isolation or independence. So in here, the speaker or the poem does not directly mention about other people, but the speaker's focus on her solitary journey suggests that she feels alone or feels like independent. Okay, the next one is about the subject. The journey itself is the central subject of the poem. So here's the central of the poem is the journey itself. The speaker initially imagines the peak as a place of pride and accomplishment, and then envisioning herself standing tall like a queen, as we can see in the poem, standing tall like a queen. And also the main topic of the poem is the speaker's journey through her life, and then initially she envisioned reaching the peak of her journey as a moment of great pride and achievement. And she's also imagining herself as strong and powerful, much like a queen.
What is the author attitude? The author attitude is one of reflection and subtle resignation, as she acknowledged having unknowingly paced a significant point in her journey and accept the inevitable decline that follows.
And the number 4, how does the author feel about the speaker, about the other characters, about the subjects, and the reader? And the answer is, in The Long Hill by Sara Teasdale, conveys the speaker's feelings of disappointment and introspection as they reflect on having unknowingly passed the peak of life. The speaker experiences a sense of loss and regret, while nature appears indifferent to human struggles, highlighting the solitary nature of their journey. Teasdale's tone encourages readers to connect with their own experience of disillusionment and acceptance, resonating with the universal contemplation of life's inevitable decline.
Okay, after we analyze the attitude, so we're moving on to the next analysis with S for shift. And the first question is, where do shifts in tone, setting, voice, etc. occur? So in this poem we have 6 shifts, and the first one is time and place. So the lack of specific time and place makes the poem universally relatable, focusing on the internal journey rather than the external journey. And the next one is punctuation. So in the punctuation we have 3. The first one is a dashes. So dashes used to create pause and emphasize the speaker's reflection about realization about the speaker's journey. And the next one is commas. Commas help to break up the lines and add the conversational tone. And the last one of the punctuation is periods. So periods mark the end of the thoughts and giving a sense of finality. And the next one is keywords. So there's some keywords in this poem. And the first one is crest. So crest represents the peak of high point in life. And the next one is a brambles. So brambles in this poem is symbolize some obstacles and challenges. And the next one is count. Count in here suggests a sense of formality and like a dignity. And the next one is queen. So queen implies a sense of pride and morality, and also it's like aspiration. And the next one is wind and sun. So wind and sun, elements of nature that evoke some freedom and exposure. And the last one is down. So down in here indicates the descent of decline.
Okay, we're moving on to the stanza divisions. The regular structure underscores the inevitability and the monotony of life journey. The poem is divided into 3 quadrants, but each of quadrant has the 4 lines of stanzas, each with an ABAB rhyme scheme. As I told you before on the slide of the connotation, rhythm and rhyme, the author used ABAB rhyme, and this is regular structure reflects on the monotony and inevitability of life journey. So here the inevitability consists of the 4 lines stanza and the ABAB, and the monotony is the repetition of the stanza structure and rhyme scheme that contributes sense of monotony. And then for the emotional impact, the structured stanza and rhymes scheme that can also make the poem feel more like a formal and introspective, which is its aligns with the speaker's reflecting and the slightly regretful tone. And then the next one is changes in length or rhyme. For the first one, rhyme scheme. The ABAB rhyme scheme in each stanza provides a sense of an order and predictability, mirroring the speaker's realization of life's predictable decline. So here the poem follows an ABAB rhyme scheme in each stanza. They structure in order to predictability, and which is aligned with the speaker's realization that life is predictable and follows a certain path. The rhyme scheme helps to create inevitability that reflecting how life's decline can be seen as a natural progression. And then the line length. Most lines follow a regular method, as I said before. Its usual point is the regular poem method, but variations in line length, such as the hexameter lines, add emphasis to certain thoughts and feelings. So most of lines in the poem follow a regular method, which contributes to its rhythm of structure. So we're moving on to the sentence structure. Here, the authors use the simple and complex sentences that mirrors the speaker's thought process, from the straightforward realizations to the deeper reflections. So we talk about the simple sentences first. The simple sentences are used to convey clear and direct thoughts, and it often provides a straightforward statement or observation, such as in the poem I Reached the Peak. These sentences help to ground the reader in the speaker's immediate experience and realizations. And then we talk about the complex sentences. The complex sentences, it's on the other hand, it involves more intricate thoughts and connections. It often include the clauses that add depth and nuance, such as I realized I had passed the peak without noticing. These sentences allow the speaker to explore her thoughts more fully and revealing a more introspective and reflective side of the speakers. So the combination of the simple and the complex sentences create a dynamic flow that mirrors the speaker's involving thoughts. This also reflects the speaker's thought process, moving from the straightforward realizations to the more profound reflections.
So the next question is, how do they contribute to effect and meaning? So shift in time and place reflect a progression from hope and realization, while varied sentences structure and punctuation emphasize change in tone from contemplation to acceptance. And stanza division makes a different life stage, and keywords like grass, brambles, gone, down, and etc. It's like to symbolize the key, obstacle, and milestones. The irregular rhyme scheme and line length enhance the sense of life unpredictability, and also feels like you feel you're in your reflection. So together, these shifts emphasize the inevitability of this life or the speaker's life, about the decline and realization of unfulfilled expectation.
We're moving on to the next point, T, title. What part does the title play in the overall interpretation of the poem? So, here there are two words, long, the long, and the hill, long and hill. For the first one, we discussed about the word long. Long in here emphasizes the extended nature of the journey. It suggests that the path the speaker is on are not short or easy, but it rather requires significant time and effort. It also conveys a sense of the time passing, and it implies that the speaker has been on her journey or on this journey for a considerable period. The journey also adds the emotional weight to the speaker's reflection. So the word long here, it's like implies that the speakers has been in this position, has been in this journey. So it represents as long. And then we're moving on to the hill. The word hill is represents the challenges and the obstacles. It encourages our feel like it's encountered in the life. The hill here signifies the journey and the progress that made over the time. So it's reaching the crest of the hill symbolizes a significant milestone or achievement. And the word hills also have peaks and valleys, that which can be seen as the metaphor for the heights and the lows in life. So maybe like the hill, it can be seen like the metaphor for the heights and the lows in the life. And then also the word hill implies a sense of inevitability, like I have said before. It's like once you reach the top, the only way to moving forward is down. Once you're at the top, the only way forward is down. So the word hill in here, it can be like represent the down and the up of the life.
And the last is theme. 1. List the subject and the abstract of this poem. The subject 1. Life's journey. The poem uses the metaphor of climbing a hill to represent the journey of life, including its struggles and realization. And the abstract idea is mortality. The poem reflects on the inevitability of aging and the passage of time, particularly the realization of having passed one's past. The next is disillusionment. There is a sense of disappointment in recognizing that life may not meet expectation or that achievement may go unrecognized. And then acceptance. The speaker grapples with accepting the downward trajectory of life after reaching its crest, illustrating a resigned acceptance of life cycles.
To determine the overall theme of the poem is the inevitability of life downward course after reaching a peak, emphasizing the passage of time and the inescapable nature of decline, whether one is fully aware of it is or not. 3. The theme must be written in the complete sentence. The theme of the poem focuses on the passage of time and the inevitable descent after reaching a peak in life. It reflects the idea that despite the desire to remain at the top, life continues forward, often without our awareness of pivotal moments, leading us to accept the journey downward progression.
So, in summary, this TPCASTT analysis of the long hill reveals a poem that explores the themes and also the themes of the life journey. It makes opportunities and inevitability of decline. This analysis highlights the speaker's introspective and melancholic, the attitude that emphasizes the regret and the disappointment that come with realizing too late that one has passed the peak of their life. So that's the TPCASTT analysis to help us to analyze the long hill by Sara Teasdale.
Okay, so we have already learned about TPCASTT analysis on the Long Hill poem by Sara Teasdale, and we hope that all of you can gain more knowledge on the poetry appreciation, especially on the TPCASTT